Hey folks, today I'm doing something a little different because last week fellow YouTuber Zillablitz and I drove to Wisconsin and visited Noble Knight Games in Madison. Now before I continue, I want to clarify that I'm receiving no consideration for any of my comments about Noble Knight Games. But it was a pretty amazing experience, and Zillablitz has great video about our visit, and I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in knowing what they have going on. One thing they do is they have a huge inventory of used games. While I was there, I picked up a copy of Avalon Hill's Tactics 2. My original copy of Tactics 2 I threw out a few years ago. It was dog-eared, worn, and completely worthless at that point. I couldn't even play it. So I picked up another copy of Tactics 2, and I want to try playing it using the chit draw. The way I'm going to play is I put all the core HQs in a cup, and I draw them. I place them on the map, and any unit within 2 squares of it can move. So I can move the same units again and again and again till all 4 core have been drawn. Of course, it's kind of risky because then the rest of my entire army is sitting doing nothing. In addition to the 4 core HQs, you have 2 army HQs. Now army HQs can be used just like any other HQs, but they can also be used to alter turn order. You can flip them over and either put an HQ back in the cup or draw an HQ out of the cup. Now I've been doing some thinking about this. I was going to write down the rules of how I do this, but I've never play tested this, so I'll figure it out as I go. I've tried to anticipate a few things and thought ahead of, well, I need to do this, I'm going to need to do this. One of the things is there's no way to determine who's the attacker and who's the defender. So essentially, if the odds are in your favor, 2 to 1 or better, you're the attacker. At 1 to 1 odds, if they're in your territory, you're the defender. Alright, let's dive in and see what we got. Well, here it is. I hope it brings back as many fond memories from any of you as it does for me. One other thing, the army HQs are not in the cup. They can be activated when any other friendly HQ is drawn, and they can be used to alter turn order. When it comes up, I'll explain. First drawn, the red 3rd Corps. Now the Corps designation for this first game doesn't make any difference. I'm going to place it right here, and that'll activate all of these 3 divisions here, specialized army divisions, and all the divisions in this corps. And of course, they're going to capture this tasty border city. First, I'm going to race up, put the armor in the city. Now the mountain division can just make it to that mountain. The paratrooper is going to go into that city, ready to be deployed. Let's see if we can get to this port city with this amphibious unit. Clever, they don't make it quite possible to get to the city, into a port city, so I'm going to put it right there. There. Now the blue HQ. I'll place it there so we can activate this entire HQ. And we're going to set up our own defensive line. And I'm going to activate my 1st Army HQ, move my amphibious unit to a port city. I can get this paratrooper to this city, and move a mountain troop into the mountains. And also I can only activate one other HQ. I have another Army HQ, but I've already activated an Army HQ, so I can't activate another HQ with a single draw. Same for my Army Group HQ. I have another blue HQ. Well, how about a little tit for tat? Place him there, and this corps is going to move out and capture this city. This time I'm going to activate the other Army Corps, put it there. That paratrooper is going to that city. This amphibious unit is going there with the other amphibious unit. And we're going to move the 1st Mountain Division over to join the troops in the hills. This time we have another red HQ. They are going to respond to this incursion. Or they can go there, and go there. They will go there, and they will go there. He was not within range. He could not have moved. But I will put him there. Also activating, an army can activate when another corps activates. I'm going to send this mountain division up here. Can't quite make it into the mountains. He'll go right there. This paratrooper will go into that city. Now they have moved. Blue moves again. This HQ will go right there. And these units will occupy the city. And the Army Group HQ will move into the capital. Another blue HQ is drawn. It's going to come in down here. Not wanting to get caught with our pants down, they're going to guard the beaches. And these guys are going to move up and threaten that city. A red corps is drawn. It's going to move here. We're going to defend the island. The Army Group HQ is going to activate, move into the red capital. We got one more corps unit. It's the last chip. We'll place it here, send them up to work on this. They'll follow up. They're going to head up, block the mountain pass, and they can move in and defend the city in case there's an invasion on that beach. And I can also activate an army HQ. Put them there and activate all of that group of units. We're going to work on repulsing this incursion. Alright, here are our attacks. Right here in the center, these two units can attack that unit, but that unit will have to attack that unit. It's 1-to-1. It's in red territory, so the red is the defender. A 3. A 3 on 2-to-1 is defense back 2. 2. Now next attack is at 3-to-1. They've crossed the river, so they've undoubled the defense. 3 again. At 3-to-1, it's defense back 2 also. But this time, blue is the defender. Because remember, you only at 1-to-1 do you automatically assign the defender. Otherwise, the favorable odds go against the defender. He was there. 1. Alright, that was turn 1. Turn 2. First thing we do is go along and hoover up all the HQs. Put them back in the cup. The army HQs go back beside the board. And one thing I will mention is that in chit draw, in pub battles chit draw simulates simultaneous movement. So if you've been contacted previously, you can just move away. We've drawn a blue command. The blue command is going to sit here and watch this. The Army Group Command activates, and it lands here on the beach, setting up a beachhead. These 5 units in this port can now activate. And they land and attack the red capital. One of the Army units is going to activate right here in the blue capital and send these 2 units over to invade. Now, these are amphibious units. They don't need to use the beachhead like the other units. That ends that chit draw. Next chit draw is blue. One of the red army units wants to jump ahead, so it flips over, and now I place a red army out instead. Since blue has already moved an army HQ, if it tries to jump ahead with its remaining army HQ, the red HQ can be played and it won't gain anything. So the blue chit goes back in the cup, and the red HQ is played. The red HQ is placed there. They want to move this line somewhere else. That's what they do with that. Another red HQ. This red HQ is going to go right there, but this unit can be saved. This army HQ is going to activate and get out of there. It's going to go up here. They're going to form a defense in the top half of the capital. Blue is going to go right here and move some reinforcements into this port city. So next turn, they can reinforce the invasion. This unit is actually going over here, so that next time I activate this, these 2 guys can move in, and then they'll be ready to move out for wave 3 of the invasion. Another red HQ is played. It's going to be right here, and they're going to repel this invasion. Let that sit like that. I put this HQ here. Now we can move these guys to invade. This guy remains in the city to defend because there's a beach right here. Guard against red perfidy. I don't need the airborne unit right now. I've drawn another blue unit, and I'm going to move these guys. This armor unit I'm going to reassign over here, right up into there. And the last one is red. Now watch what I do this time. The HQ there, and then I'll use my unactivated army, place it here, undouble these defenders. That ends chit draw this turn. Now if there's no retreat, it's 5-to-1, you get an automatic elimination. Alright, we got 4-to-1 on this guy. The 2 on 4-to-1 is an exchange, so we have the first casualties of the war. This guy defends with 4, these guys are attacking with 2. That means blue attacks at 2-to-1. At 2-to-1, a 4 is attacker back 2. This guy defends at 2, and we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, so we've got 3-to-1 on that guy. 3-to-1 on 5 is an exchange. Here we've got 2 on 1, they're caught from behind, so they're undoubled, so 2-to-1. The 3 is an attacker back 2. And we've got 2-to-1 here. The 6 is the attacker eliminated. Ouch. Last but not least, we've got 3-to-1. A 1 on 3-to-1 is defender eliminated. Also, there's this combat, but HQs just get pulled off the map. So now again, we go around and hoover up all the HQs. And at the end of turn, this armor is out of supply. Alright, we've got A very intense situation. All they have to do is capture the capital to win. But I don't know that blue can get them out of the capital this turn. Maybe. Lucky dice. But the blue capital is empty and open, and look at all these red units waiting to descend. It'll come down to the chit draw. First chit drawn is red. Now blue is going to flip and say no, let's pull blue out. Red's going to flip and say no, let's pull red out. Blue's going to flip and say no, I'm going first. And red flips and says no, I'm going first. So all the guys have flipped, red is going first. There. Now since they've used both their army chits to move first, they can't flip one and move again. That would be awesome. But as it turns out, red is drawn again. Now we're going to get in here and defend this city proper. And red moves again. Put it there. They're going to take this paratrooper and drop him here. Let's see what they can do about any desperate attacks. Now, if red had one more move, it could really do some damage. But blue finally gets to move. Blue will move these guys. But as it turns out, as I look at it, I can't get a guy in a capital city square. That's it. Red has captured the blue capital. This was fun. I thought it was going to be over here. I thought they were going to get kicked out of here. But this battle was so devastating, and then red got all the chit draws they needed to flood the blue capital. And blue didn't get any chits to respond and get someone into the capital. That was pretty intense, actually. Hey, good game.